Hi there. I'm creating this little video to help anybody who actually is in possession of a Samsung French door fridge going by the model number of 579. If you need to see any of that detail, there you go. This fridge started making a kind of a humming noise to start with, which progressively grew worse over about 2 weeks. And that noise was I thought it was the compressor at first, but after doing some research on the internet, discovered that it was potentially icing up behind this internal panel. And I couldn't find anything specific to this model on YouTube or anywhere else. And Samsung website said, oh, look, it's probably a problem with your fridge, call our service tech. So those of you who are a little bit handy with tools and have some patience and want to save some dollars, this video is for you. Basically, all you need to do, and I took cues from another video relating to another model, Samsung model, to get this task done. One video online was actually suggesting that the way to cure this problem is to take this entire silver panel off. That's how I interpreted the video anyway. And I did start to do that, but very quickly learnt that this very, very soft aluminium style sheet just damages way too quickly or easily. Consequently, I persevered with this option, which turned out to be probably the better option. Basically, all you need to do is there's 3 screws retaining this internal panel to the rear of the fridge. The inside rear of the fridge, and there's behind a plastic cap, which I thought initially was a vent, was another screw. So there's 3 in total, 2 down the bottom, 1 up here. This one was a little bit elusive because the ice had actually built up inside, so I didn't actually think it was a screw to start with, but after digging out the ice, I found the screw. All screws came out quite easily. The tricky bit is actually the retaining tabs on the side of this panel, which are indicated by these little arrows down each edge of the panel. Once you have the screws out and very gently prise, I actually use my fingertips because anybody who's done this sort of thing knows that metal, as in screwdrivers, and plastic do not mix. So it's just a case of using a bit of finger force. Don't ask me the pounds per inch or whatever to the pressure behind required to get the panel off, but it was definitely a good prizing with fingertips, but it wasn't too difficult. So once that panel came off, then it was a case of actually trying to bring the panel away from the fridge. This proved quite tricky because as I found out, a lot of the ice, and there's much of the ice that you can see there in the tray that I've caught, was actually caught up behind that fan unit, as you can see, and you might even be able to see the blades that were rattling against or rotating against the ice buildup, which was the cause of the noise. But that was part of the problem of getting the panel off. The other part was there is a layer of foam along the top edge, which is glued to the top of the fridge, the internal surface. And I didn't realize that at the time, but after jiggling and joggling and gently, again, prizing that foam away from the top, the top of the fridge, the internal top, it came away quite easily. Probably the most important thing to be aware of is that the wires and the leads leading from the fan unit and the panel to the connectors on the fridge are quite short. If you yank the panel back too far, you'll probably rip all those wires out of their connectors, and then you will have to call your technician. Anyway, once this panel, you just need to be careful. The panel does want to sort of slide off and slide down and disappear into the bowels of the fridge. So you just need to hold on to it, keep it wedged somewhere gently. You will notice my last piece of ice is a problematic one. It's wrapped around the wiring, and I'm just trying to gently get that off using the tip of a screwdriver. Warning here, and I do not want to be held liable for any damage caused to your fridge or your personal property or anything else. So that's my my clause for not getting into trouble with this video. But you know, you can wait for it just to melt and let, you know, if you're going out for the day, just let it defrost. I don't have time, so I'm just very carefully chipping away at this to get it off the wires. Obviously, screwdrivers and wires don't mix. Don't go jabbing things against the wires or the compressor pipe, because again, you will need to call your technician. Obviously, don't attempt this if you're not comfortable with it, but if you are and you feel capable, there you go. Another thing is I did use a hairdryer to force the melt. But again, very, very important, hair dryers and water don't mix. So again, use that method at your own peril. And please, please, please be very careful with what you do. Putting it all back together, I'm assuming is going to be the reverse process. That is, just push the tabs back into the side of the fridge carefully, into the side of the recesses here, and secure the screws and switch it all on. And then no more noise. There you go. Those of you, again, who have this fridge unit, which is, again, for those who need it, is the 579 Samsung French door fridge. Hopefully Samsung is watching this video as well and realizing that they did a massive stuff up in terms of venting moisture out of the fridge. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope it helps and saved a few dollars. Bye-bye.